to Vlogmas day 4 somehow, or I should say episode 4. I keep setting myself up for doing daily vlogs, but episode 4, who knows what it'll be. It's 9:20, and you know when you like initially give your email to something or someone and then wow, do you realize they send a lot of emails? Wait, you're moving, and that is concerning. I was just talking to the unicorn about how this camera's now a year old because on the first day of Vlogmas last year I broke my old one. Yeah. And then last night I was having a little technical difficulty with a memory card. I was like, wouldn't be Vlogmas without this. I hope you're having a good morning. This morning I actually woke up at 5 just naturally. So I went downstairs, did a meditation, did a half an hour of yoga, did a 20-minute spin, and then woke up Thomas, which was just chef's kiss. I haven't done that in a very long time. We've been sick and just life in general. I'm still working out how to work out and leave the house to go to work. Clearly this morning I didn't need to do that, so that helped a little bit. And then I had like a nice breakfast with him and got ready, and here we are. Today I'm wearing my Adele shirt from when we saw her in Vegas. We saw her when we were there to get married. And it actually just was a coincidence. We had already booked the wedding, and then she announced that she was extending her residency. So somehow we actually managed to get the code to get the tickets. So we were able to buy tickets, you know, from Ticketmaster Direct, which I feel like just never happens anymore in the world of concert going. It's so frustrating. I would say that's the best concert I went to this year. Are we in focus? We're not in focus. Was I out of focus that whole time? I'm so sorry if I was. I think it was the only concert I went to in 2023. I very much tried to go to Taylor Swift, but I just could not. I couldn't justify spending like 10 grand. Anyway, good morning. We're having the same cup this morning. A little lukewarm coffee. Took Thomas to school and then I stopped in at IGA, so I thought I would show you the few little bits and bobs that we picked up. I went in for one thing and of course got many. This is what I went in for, the Yeshi Caesar salad dressing. They have this one. They also have an original one. I don't think I've actually tried the Caesar. The original one is more of like a ginger, but it's gluten-free and it's vegan. It says dressing and dip. I use this for salad dressing for sure. And sometimes I'll put it on stir fry. It's really nice. So we're gonna try that in a salad or a stir fry today. And then I got a purple, would you call this a purple cabbage or a red cabbage? I feel like people say both. I say purple. And I was thrilled. It was only $3.80 because it was one of those ones where it's like so much per weight. And those always I'm worried about, but $3.80 for this I was very pleased with because I love to get a purple cabbage, a red cabbage, and leave it in the fridge and cut it up very slowly, again, like stir fry or salad. I like it because it lasts a really long time, like weeks in the fridge, and it's really good for you. So it's not something like that goes really quickly, you know. Got a little tomato. I've also been really into making sandwiches. I was eyeing their sourdough, but I did not get it. And now I'm kind of wishing I did. Got some arugula to mix in with the spinach. And I got a couple teas that were on sale, the Tazo teas. This one is Zen. It's like a mint green one, like a green tea that has a mint lemon vibe to it. I know green tea is like super good for you, so I would love to find one that actually tastes good. It doesn't just like taste like dirt. Because this has a 3 out of 5 caffeine level, right? So that's good. And then I got Passion, which, Auntie Maria, if you're watching this, how much of a throwback is this? I was obsessed with this tea like 20 years ago. It says hibiscus, rose hips, orange peel, and passion fruit. This one is herbal. Oh my goodness, this is so nostalgic for me. So these are both on sale, so on a whim. I went in for salad dressing and as you can see, got many things. It's Monday and I don't think I have anything on the schedule. It's one of those days where I keep feeling like I need to triple check, but I don't have anything on the calendar for myself today. Thomas has school, then he has a OT appointment, and then this evening he is coming along. We're doing an office like Christmas dinner, the 4 counselors and Thomas. So I work with 3 other therapists, so we're going out for dinner and T-Bone's coming with. Something that's really has been very tough this year is we don't have any respite. My mom was very helpful and, you know, she would watch Thomas so we could have date night, or like I've mentioned before, she was very instrumental so that I could go back to school. But we don't have any like weekly respite. I really need to try to figure out how to search for some people who I would like trust and who would be good with Thomas. We do have 2, but one has been unavailable for about 6 months and the other is quite busy. So I'll call on her, but less like for say something like this evening. She works during the week. She'd have to come in to watch him, etc. But we actually, in saying that, do have a night away this weekend. Or one night away for, I don't even remember the last time. Vegas, I think. Yeah. So looking forward to that. So in saying all of that, I now have about 5 hours until I need to pick up T-Bone. So I'm gonna go upstairs, do some work, both for my media business and for my counseling business. I have some emails to reply to and some appointments to reschedule, and then edit yesterday's vlog, and then we'll see where we get. I just really like a quiet house. It's nice. I thought of a few things to talk to you about today. As I like go around the house, I have thought of like, oh yeah, I wanted to mention that. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention that. So now we take all the beverages. I'm not gonna carry you and talk to you while we walk. We're trying to not break cameras in Vlogmas this year. Decided to put on some runners while I walked on the pad today. As you can see, I had to add my Apple Watch. One thing that's frustrating is if I'm working and walking, it doesn't track my steps, and I best be getting credit for these steps. So I attach it to my shoe. I actually just ordered an ankle strap last night. So I am editing what will now have been yesterday's video for you. I'm gonna make the thumbnail. Sorry, this is probably very bouncy while I'm walking, but that's what we're up to. We're done editing. We're almost ready to export and post. Let's see, can I put you up here? Whoa. Nowhere slippery. Is that slippery? No. I really cannot walk with my blue light glasses on. All right. We have finished the edit and now it is just exporting, and then I'll put it on the YouTubes. What are these? ASICS IGS 8, oh, Gel Cumulus 18. I've had these shoes for I couldn't even estimate, 10 years maybe, and they still look amazing. They became my indoor shoes, I think probably when we got the treadmill downstairs. I'm so pale. Wow, this is winter redhead. Okay, let's see how many steps that was. It's also been really interesting to use the walking pad while I edit Vlogmas, just to see like how long the edits take me. That one took me 41 minutes, 5,000 steps, 4 kilometers. So pretty good. Even just going at like a 2 pace. I've had the walking pad now, I think, for over a year, and I really like it. I definitely could use it more, but it's good. This one I got from Walmart. If you're interested, I can find a link for it. It's the Go Zone. It was a couple $100. So worth it, considering how much time I spend sitting at my desk. Okay, you're gonna be a hot minute. We're gonna go downstairs. Got my future self water bottle. If you have like a Nalgene like this, my top tip is to have a straw so you don't spill it all over yourself. Okay, it's 11:11. 11:11. 1 cell phone, 2 cell phones. One is work, one is private. Oh, that's nice. A friend texted me at 11:11 asking to go for coffee. That's nice. Okay, we're gonna go downstairs again. We're not gonna film walking down the stairs holding multiple drinks and the camera. We're getting through Vlogmas without breaking anything, okay? Okay. I'm just taking a break, and I'm on the last episode of the Gilmore Girls Year in the Life Netflix reboot. So I was watching it, and I remember when this first came out, it was like 2016 maybe, whenever it came out, despising it. Like, there was so much of it that I did not like as a Gilmore Girls super fan, and never watched it again, like I said in a previous video this week. And then watching it now, I was thinking like, this is actually pretty good. Like, I had just watched all 7 seasons of the series, and even though, you know, there's abhorrent behavior, there is through the whole series. Like, oh my gosh, every single character is kind of awful, except like Suki and Jackson and Michelle, basically. And Suki and Jackson aren't in the reboot. I should have prefaced this by, if you don't watch Gilmore Girls, this is boring for you, but like, I need to get this off my chest. Anyway, so I watched like 1st, 2nd episodes, and I was like, this isn't as bad as I remember. 3rd episode, I was like, oh right, here's the fat shaming, which I immediately hated. And then the whole like Lorelai does the wild experience, I was like, oh yeah, this. So now I've just started the 4th and final episode, Fall. Like, oh yeah, right. There's rumors that they're gonna do another one, which I would totally be open to. Like, I was talking to someone about this while I was watching it, and they had just previously or recently watched it, and we were both talking about how like every character is terrible, yet I still really like the show for some reason. Like, do you have any shows like that? If you're a Gilmore Girls fan, can you please like discuss down below? I would like to know. Another thing I was actually going to show you, which was on my list, is a favorite. Where did I just... Here it is. Is a favorite of mine this year, and it is the security system that we installed. I shouldn't say we. Lol. The unicorn installed after Thomas had his first seizure last year. We have cameras. Okay, it's not really, I don't know how to describe it. It's not a security system. It's like a surveillance system, I guess you could call it. We have cameras in the living room and the dining room, so you can see the whole main floor. And then we have one in his bedroom, because it was like, how on earth will I ever even like go at the beginning, like go to the bathroom or take a shower if I'm home by myself with him and not be terrified that he's somewhere having a seizure. So the unicorn found this on Amazon, and I'll link it below. It's not an expensive system. We don't pay for the subscription. Like, we don't have it recording. We don't need any data from it. We're not collecting information for his neurologist or anything. It's solely so that I can, or he can, do anything and not be in the same room as Thomas and like keep an eye on him. And the amount of peace it has brought us is immeasurable. And you know, we can even like check on him to see if he's sleeping in the middle of the night, to see if he's had an episode, like just to really keep an eye on him. And if this doesn't resonate with you, consider yourself lucky. But if you are someone who needs like a system in your house or any kind of cameras, I thought I would just show it to you. I haven't even told you. It's called Tapo, T-A-P-O. Again, I'll link it below. And I thought I would just show you like what it looks like. We have it on our phones, and then we also have it on an iPad so that when and if we go away, whoever is taking care of Thomas can also keep an eye on him. And the people who have done respite for us have also really appreciated it. So I'll show you what it looks like. So this is it on the iPad. So we just have the 3 cameras, and then you can click one and you can see, well, there's me talking to you. That's really funny. And then if you slide through, this is like the dining room, so you can see through the kitchen. And then what's cool is you can like move the camera from the app. So if I can't quite see him or see where he's gone, I can shuffle the camera. You can also like make it go up and down. And you can also swap it to day or night mode. So let me just show you. Okay, here it is like full screen on the iPad. So I have it right now in day, but if you had it in night mode, this is probably not going to make any sense. Actually, no, there you go. It does show you. So if this room was completely dark, this is what you'd be able to see. Somehow it manages to illuminate it. Like have as many cameras as you want. We have 3, but we could totally add more, and then you just like flip through them. And then what's nice too is like, if we're not home, we can also check in on him and see how he's doing. So there's been a few times where say like we've gone out with friends and we can check in and be like, wow, he's still not asleep. We should probably go home and relieve the sitter. Or, you know, when we were away for our wedding, it was nice to be able to check in on him. So if that's something that is interesting to you or someone you know, because I get a lot of questions about like keeping Thomas safe, and that has been, it would be like top tier of my favorites of 2023. Like I could get emotional thinking about just how much like exhales it brings me. Even this morning, I woke up at 5, and so I went downstairs and worked out, and I had Tapo on my phone so I could watch him to make sure he was okay in his room. I'm not like obsessively watching it, but it's just nice to be able to keep an eye on him. So if he does have a seizure, I'm alerted. And yeah, so 10 out of 10 recommend. And I believe, again, the unicorn is the person who like set it up, picked it, etc. But I'm pretty sure it's one of the lesser expensive ones, because it's not very expensive. You just buy the cameras. Again, we don't pay for any subscription, etc. What else was I just going to tell you about that? I think that's it. If you have any questions, but I'll just link it down below. I'm pretty sure it went on sale around like Cyber Monday, Black Friday, whatever all that, you know, business is. So maybe Boxing Day. But yeah, I think it would be good too, even if you had like an elderly parent living with you or not living with you, and you wanted to keep an eye on them, you know, with like rules of privacy, etc. Yeah. Anyway, that's definitely a top favorite of mine in 2023. Love how we went from a Gilmore Girls rant to like, here's something serious and safe for your child. Just Vlogmas in a nutshell. Me in a nutshell. I am just about to go pick up Thomas from school, and I was driving, and it is currently 2:38 and my headlights were on, which means my car thinks it's dark enough to have the headlights on at 2:38 in the afternoon. It's cloudy and it's annoying. I I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but it's like basically cloudy the entire winter where I live. And so a lot of people talk about like seasonal depression, and I'm sure many of you can relate depending on where you live. And someone was asking me, you know, my professional opinion on tips and ideas on how to help with seasonal depression. There are some people who say to take extra vitamin D, and I don't really know like the scientific studies to back it up. You could ask your doctor. I take vitamin D year round, and I do think it helps. I also give it to Thomas. And other things. One thing that I'm trying for the first time this year, which I don't think I've done before, but upstairs in our house, there's my bedroom, my office, and Thomas's room all have windows. And normally my office and my bedroom door are closed because they are no-go spaces for Thomas, especially if I'm not with him. But what I'm doing this year as an experiment is keeping the doors open and immediately opening the blinds and the curtains so that we get natural light from 3 windows upstairs, which may sound like a duh to you, but I thought I would just mention it in case you have spaces in your home where like maybe you're not spending much time. Like I don't go into my bedroom all day. Like I spend no time in there during the day, but I thought like to take the extra 2 seconds to open the blinds, open the curtains, maybe that will make a difference so that if I'm upstairs, even like walking into my office, there'll be more natural light. I do have like a lamp. I don't know what you call it. Like I call it my sad lamp, like my seasonal affective disorder lamp. I have no diagnosis, but I bought it, I think last year or the year before for the first time. And I think it does make a difference. I have it behind my computer, because that's where I have been spending most of my time, especially when I was in school. And it's supposed to help, like that type of light. Other suggestions kind of just go with what your typical mental health hygiene would be. Like get good sleep, but don't get too much sleep so you feel like you're hibernating. Exercise, fresh air, even if it's cloudy out, to get some fresh air. You know, drink lots of water, eat really well. This is definitely the time of year where we can start to eat more like indulgent foods, which have at her, of course, but like also being mindful to eat things that make you feel good, because if we're trying to help with our mood in, you know, winter and this time of year, that can really help. What other things do I find helpful? I think honestly a lot of it for me, again, because I don't have like a diagnosis and I am not your doctor, I'm not your therapist. That's like a disclaimer I feel like I should put at the top of every video. For me, it's a lot of like mind over matter. So I just try to not think about it. Like I don't allow myself to go down the spiral of like, it's really cloudy, this is super depressing. Like I try not to give it much weight or much clout. Yes, it is something that affects all of us, and some of us, if it affects us even deeper. And if you feel like it's affecting you quite deeply, I would recommend that you talk to your doctor, your counselor, someone. There's no shame in talking to a professional. There's no shame for going on meds. Like absolutely, I am here to support you no matter what is best for you. But like, that's kind of something that's always just served me really well, is not dwelling on stuff. Not in a toxic positivity way, but just like not allowing to sit in a negative space or focus on something negative for too long. And like, if you've been following me for years, you get that, right? Like I have been handed a lot of really hard cards. We don't need to list them. We're all very aware. But like, even, you know, my husband was saying to me a couple of weeks ago, he's like, you're the most like resilient person. You're the most like, nothing seems to topple you. And I was like, yeah, because I just like get on with things, but I still allow myself to deal and feel and cry and be upset and get angry, but like also just get on with it. Like if that makes sense for you, like I would really encourage you not to allow yourself to just sit in the feelings. If you can think about other things, get exercising, eat well, talk to a friend, etc., that can make a really big difference. I hope this is making sense, because in no way, shape, or form am I like dismissing our feelings, but at some point we just have to take care of ourselves. And for me, a big part of taking care of ourselves is like forward momentum. So and now I'm gonna be late to pick up Thomas because I've gone on this rant. This is not gonna be a short vlog today. This can be a really hard time of year for so many of us because it's cloudy and it's cold and it's winter and we can't get outside and we're not seeing as much sun. That's something we have to accept. So we accept that, and then what can we do about it? Okay, we get a sad lamp, we bundle up and go outside, we make sure we're sleeping, we talk to a friend, we eat the vitamin D, we eat the good foods, like we do all the things, limit our alcohol, etc. But not like just allowing ourselves to be like, well, it's winter and it's dark, so there's nothing I can do. I hope that makes sense. Like in the marathon, we feel the feels, but we also have some forward momentum. And we do things for ourselves, right? Okay. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Oh, and to wrap it up, again, wrapping up for the 4th time, please comment down below, what do you do to feel your best in the winter? Whether you have seasonal depression, whether the clouds bother you, whether the cold bothers you, please like comment down below, because I would like to know what you do. And where are my keys? I would like to know what you do, and then often what you do can be helpful for others. And there are my keys. So what do you do for the winter? Like, how do you feel better? Comment down below. Okay, I gotta get Thomas. Dinner, I made a little bit of a stir fry, but I didn't put it on anything. Like, it's not on rice or noodles or whatever. It is tofu, the cabbage we bought today, celery, onion, garlic, corn, kale, spinach, the dressing we bought today, and then I added peanuts and some everything but the bagel spice, a little salt and pepper. This is way too much. I will definitely be eating this for lunch again tomorrow or dinner. Thomas just did his advent calendar for today, and it got me wondering, do you leave the little flaps? Do you rip them off? Close them again? I mean, curious what you do. This is his little chill one this year. Do you do an advent calendar? Or do you do one that's not chocolate? I saw a bunch of cool ones this year, like fidgets or Lego or all kinds of stuff. We saw a toolbox one at Canadian Tire, which was pretty cool. It is 6:30. Thomas and I are just chilling. The unicorn's working late tonight. Actually, he's working late all week, so we will only see him for coffee in the morning, which is, he just works shift work. It just, excuse me, it's just how it goes. But Thomas had a good day at school, and then he had an hour OT appointment. I ran a few errands, and then he's just not feeling 100%. The unicorn and I got sick. We got back from my grad in Calgary, and then I think Thomas just kind of got a very mild version of that, thank goodness. And he had a really hard time falling asleep last night, like didn't fall asleep till after 10. And then I had to wake him this morning, and one of the like things to watch for when you're epileptic is being tired, because that can trigger a seizure, also being sick. So we were supposed to go for dinner tonight with the 3 other counselors that I work with, but I opted to cancel to let him have a chill night at home, relax, watch some TV, do our normal bedtime routine, and hopefully get him to bed at a decent time. That's been a real change in our life. In the last, I would say like month and a half, we have really decided that the bedtime routine is non-negotiable, and whatever we can do to, you know, reduce the amount of seizures he's having obviously we will do, and that is one. So even when we went to Calgary, we kept him on BC time. And if you were wondering why he has the exercise ball in here, he likes to play with it, roll on it, kick it. If you're wondering why our Christmas decor includes an exercise ball. He really likes it. Good for core, etc. Anyway, when we went to Calgary, we stayed on BC time and like stuck to his bedtime routine. So my girlfriends that we saw, I had prefaced it and like warned them saying like, yeah, we can hang out, but like we will be back in the hotel for this time and, you know, not going out in the evening. And obviously they were fine with it. Like, everyone loves Thomas. It's been an adjustment for sure, and very scary this year, him having epilepsy. We're almost coming to a year of it now since his first seizure. He's definitely a trooper. Yeah, not something that we had on the bingo card for you, did we, bud? You good? Thumbs up? All that being said, we're just gonna have a chill evening. I am going to just catch up on some YouTube and also take the opportunity to relax. Whenever the unicorn is working late, I just go to bed after Thomas goes to bed. I'm not gonna lie. Read in bed with my, you know, bedroom Christmas tree. So I'm gonna bid you good night and say thank you for watching today's video. Oh, actually, I did see something. Where's my phone? I did see something that I wanted to share with you because it seemed very fitting. Well, my phone was literally right beside me. I saw something tonight on Facebook that I think really sums up what I was trying to convey earlier today in the car. It says, surround yourself with humans who create their lives. People who change more than they complain. Create more than they consume. Live actively instead of accepting life as is. Find people chasing down their potential. Sprint together. Life's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Like, this quote could be a tattoo. I mean, it's very long, I would never get that, but like, I could frame that. I could do something that to me is like such a summation of the marathon and what I was trying to say earlier today about creating and cultivating your reality instead of just accepting what is. I wish I knew who said it. It's not attributed online anywhere. If I can find it, the journalist in me will do a little bit of research. If I can find it, I will put it, but if not, I tried. Okay, life's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You can do anything for 10 minutes. We got this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.